Those screen print with I actually roll out the screen print color at the back of those prints, hoping that I can amplify all those different spectrum of color, and it's not happening.
Back here, the one you're talking about with the backs that have the color reflecting off the wall.
So for those pieces, the color are working so much nicer for because Betsy she's just magically do all the lighting for me, so I don't have to think very hard. You know, so okay, Betsy, I'm done. So she pretty much. That's when Betsy come in and she works so diligent, so hard. I have not seen anyone that work that hard and trying to think through and I have sometimes I come in and I'm not sure how I install this one piece and like this piece. I'm just the last minute I actually make it in December pretty much. So I have to install in January. So you can see how quickly I have to think through the piece, and that's why I get help. Sometimes not just I'm thinking it through. Robert also, it was so good. Robert took class with John, and he said, "Well, I know how to do book binding." And I said, I have an idea how. So the piece start out with Betsy's father passed on, and she have asked me a couple years back about those books.
Yeah, it was in 2012.
So this is one of the books that I have actually making another piece with books right now that I'm start processing, start installing.
I gave him boxes and boxes of books because he had been doing some work that involved books in it, and so I thought,
this is the whole one book.
Opportunity.
So you can see how one book that you only have that many pieces. So what I did is I kind of take each of this page that I'm kind of want to. I said, you know, I want to do a piece about every single page about that language of both people or how did I. So I don't have any idea. So I come in, I do origami following all this bowl, and then as soon as I finish doing it, I said, sure, if I want this picture or archive, I probably won't be able to because it's from an old books, it's going to deteriorating. So I have to think about, okay, now I have to think about, so the good things about is being in the school environment when you do all this is wonderful because you have other professor there or everyone sometimes just throw idea out at you. So David suggests, do coating with wax. I said, sure. So I coat the piece with wax. And so David Newman, the one who suggests, do you need to do the book binding at the end? I said, you know. And so David have lots of idea, but I said, book binding, I start reading. That's when you start learning, you know, you start reading about it and learning through. And so by the time I come in here, I still have challenging because I have idea how I want to install the piece. And then I told Betsy, and Betsy said, you know, let's try this. So this is one of the most experiment piece because I have no sure where to the piece flow. I have installed 3 different configuration. So this is every single page out of this one books of the shorthands. And then I actually take they have a Japanese flowing ink. So I'm actually do this process in the pre-making that you actually with the oil and detergent put it in, so the oil flowing in water. So I'm kind of put the bowl right in there, and so the bowl will just take onto the ink. So you have flowing all this ink onto the bowl. So there's color ink, each one of those. And then I try to think through how I would use a ceramics at the end of the piece and attach the piece. And so then when I finally figured out, I said, you know, this is about as close as the banana plants I can see that happening, start evolving. That you know how I'm still not sure if I'm still right now if I'm going to go back to Vietnam and experience the noise of the banana trees. I'm not sure if I'm still going to scare or not because when I was a child, it's you know, in the middle of the night, it's almost like someone crying all night. It's just crazy. It's crazy when the banana leaves flowing. It's just like that kind of you're not totally sure what is out there, and you hear all those stories about ghosts and things as a child. So this whole piece evolved into, and I didn't realize how little one book is after you put like origami and so Robert come in and I have idea how I want to bind the piece at the end and how to do them clean, but then after I hang it up, every piece is compact to nothing at all. It's like, oh no, it's not working. And so that's when you have Ricky and Robert, and you have all this helper coming. It's like, you know, let's do this way. So they all I was so lucky, they just do it, it's just like, okay, then I hang it up there. And so I think I was really, I think I was greatly appreciate for all this help. So it's some of those kind of things that I just like happen to get it on there and on to,
Can I ask another question? Is that this little area here with that piece, and that piece, and that piece, this is just very poetic kind of space compared to
Yes.
some of the more maybe determined things that are. So do you have any reflection on that?
Well, actually, I love empty space.
Uh-huh.
And so whenever there is empty space, I can see things in it. So in a sense, that I kind of like, poetic because you created, that's it. So, see.
It's your artwork.
So Bessie said, okay, how about this. So I kind of start thinking about this is the most risky piece. How did I want to get away from anyone too? Because this whole piece is totally porcelain. You can see how clay porcelain with that little thin at the end, you can break this little thin porcelain easily. So right away that I thought, well, I think this is the piece that have to be somewhere so kind of inside a space. And so this is a piece that if you see the elements are repeating in my work, if you take this piece, title and color is casting away the meaning of the anchor to the piece. So this piece I actually, if you see the porcelain, the thinness of this porcelain is almost impossible if you try to roll a really, really thin roll of porcelain. Imagine trying to pick it up in the porcelain and put it in the kiln for item, and then pick it back up and work with it. And you can see the challenge porcelain. So when I was in Europe, in Rome, I found this amazing porcelain that they would not let me ship them back here. These are porcelain, they have flax paper in there. It's not the regular paper. It's someone decided they have lots of flax paper, and they decided, well, let's mix it onto the porcelain and see what it does. And it ended up to be the most magical things for porcelain clay body to use. And then I tried to buy it online. They said, well, we don't ship into the United States. But I was able to I was able to create this little only piece of example piece, because routinely, if I want to make something to replicating, the ceramic pack, engineer pack can test a piece and know exactly what's in there. So as a ceramist, sometimes when I was at Alfred, I was able to, they can say, give me a piece, and then they can test and tell me what the ingredient in that clay body, so that way I can replicate that. But the only problem is I don't have the flax, which is not, I'm not totally sure what flax. So one of these days I have more luxury time, then I would probably need to do more, figure out how to use this material. So the piece is also the same idea when I was in Rome years before, that I carry all this mold back. Rome was in Chile, I get 100 pounds. Rome, you practically get maybe 50 or less pounds. So the luggage, you have to, so I practically have to either give away my work or carve to the point of the mold, just have really skeleton mold to bring the work back. So then when I'm back here, I'm using the mold to start making the work back here. So this piece is because so this is more like that and I love Bessie was saying, she said echo the path. I said maybe that's my next title. I would echo the path too, because I love to using where the holes on the wall. So I try to not have to drill as many or maybe historically where the holes is already there. I drill right into that holes and continue working, and then add on more when I need it. So it's almost like the echo, whatever that path is. So it give me that reference that I kind of find interesting. And then sometimes it's a sense of experimenting, that in the sense that sometimes you're not worried how where everything is. I think your work could be much more dynamic, but you hold on to if you want everything. So sometimes it's very tight. You say I need things to be like this. Then you don't have that freedom to learn from. So I practically with the less than a week, I make work I take advantage of getting the appreciate all the helps I get, and also learning a lot from it too. So I'm hoping whoever come and Ricky and Betty, I'm hoping they learn as much as I'm learning as I'm install the work, you know. And I said, well, you know, if I had to spend time coming in the evening to install, I need to figure out what each of these pieces does, you know. So I think there's so many more pieces. Do you want me to tell you any other piece, or do you want me to just ask questions that I can answer any question
Yeah,
that
we
you
should
have?
just let people ask you some questions.
Yes.
I'm sure everybody.
So if you have seen other work here, so if you have a particular piece that you're dying to know more, and you can point it out to me, and I can tell you more about it, I'd be happy to.
All right.
What about butterflies?
No, the one butterflies.